We're live.
Are we live?
We're live.
We go. All right. Hey, guys. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are listening all over the world. But right now, especially watching because we are live in action today with you guys. So, welcome to season 2 of Love Lockdown, the podcast where my husband and I talk about relationship advice that perfectly works for us. And perfectly works for us is definitely the key word. So, I'm one of your hosts, Brit Bratz, and
I'm Chris, aka Ragnar Lothbrook. And today's episode is brought to you by initialbrands.com. Initial Brands Incorporated is a one-stop shop for all your design, print, and website needs. So stop by ibrandcorp.com right now. That's IBRAND.corp.
So today we are going to be discussing social distancing and if it's distancing your relationship. That's a mouthful.
Social distancing. Wow. I think that everybody's dealing with social distancing problems right now in their
Definitely.
relationships.
Definitely.
It's a big thing because you got to get to know your partner if you don't, and if you do, it's still work.
For sure, especially being alone right now with them stuck in the house. So we've got some exciting things to talk about today.
Definitely, definitely. We got a comment. Let's give people a chance to sign in.
All right, we'll give you guys a chance to sign in and talk
Erica's
about
with us today.
hello. Hello. So we've got some new formats for you guys today. Did you want to talk about the
Definitely.
formatting?
For our longtime listeners, normally we have a show that's seamless and we have a setup and a formula that we go through every time. We had it down pat, but we wanted to add to the show. So we actually decided to start going live now and doing our podcast live, which is a big thing. So now it won't be as smooth, but you'll still have fun.
Yeah, it's gonna be a ball, guys. Super excited to be able to do this live with you guys. It's something
Oh
we
my
wanted to
God.
do for a while, long time.
You guys are sharing the broadcast and inviting your significant others to come sit with you because this is going to be a ball.
Oh, it's gonna be, especially for right now, right? We're all stuck in the house. To be honest with you, I've got my face mask right here. I almost accidentally put it on because I'm so used to being only being able to use this if I'm interacting with people. Like, there's just no social interaction, so I almost put it on. That would have been really awkward.
Yeah, for all my new people, this is available on our YouTube channel, Love Lockdown, and our Facebook channel, Love Lockdown. So you can watch from either or. We got a few people in here. Let's take a look at a few comments from everybody before we get started. We still got people joining. Give people a chance to
Hello.
join in.
Hi, guys. Super excited to have you all, and we're going to make sure that we take time to visit and answer all our comments today. So if it looks like we're ignoring you, we're not. We're just on a time crunch, and then we'll get to you when we can. So hello to everybody who's joining. We appreciate it. Welcome to Love Lockdown, the podcast.
Definitely, definitely. So you can start off by giving the people your definition and from your perspective what social distancing is doing to your relationship.
Okay, awesome. Well, obviously, social distancing is something that's pretty much new to all of us, I hope. Well, I feel like Chris and I have actually already done the social distancing thing because we started off long distance. And we were actually talking about this a little bit earlier today. So I feel like we kind of built ourselves on this. And now that we're together, like it just works out perfectly because we've done that. But it's something that's brand new for sure. We just honestly are very fortunate because we are able to work from home all the time anyways. So it's something that I feel like we're very used to. That's my personal experience right now because it's the first time with a man I've ever been like literally locked down with them. And I just think it's funny and fitting that our actual podcast name is Love Lockdown.
That fits perfectly for this topic. Um, the crazy part is from a male perspective, and I know my guys out there, so I got to represent. It's hard for a guy to sit in the house with a woman with nowhere to go.
Look like I'm cueing the violin.
through,
The
through all
listeners
the
can't see it, but
emotions,
I
through
just
all
did
the
it.
through everything that's going on, guys like to get up and go and do something, whether it's mowing the lawn, whether it's taking a walk, whether it's going to the gym, so from a guy's perspective, I mean, it's different. It really is. And we're gonna talk about a couple other things that go into that down the road, but as a guy, it's rough. And I'm a rep for my guys out there on this part right here. So it's a different experience. And if you don't know your significant other, good luck.
Good luck.
Good luck.
Good luck. That's from the ladies' perspective too. And just, so I have to represent, since you're doing all this representing for the men and everything, I gotta do it for my ladies too, because I have seen everywhere. I want to get my nails done. I want to get my hair done, and I want to go to the movies. So like, we are suffering in different ways. Not me personally, because I could care less about that stuff. Like, the maintenance stuff is not for me. But for those of us ladies out there who are high maintenance, like, we're suffering. Okay. So
now I got a question.
Yeah.
I know we got to get started, but I got a real quick question.
Okay.
Do you ladies out there still get dialed up every day as if you're going somewhere? I really need to know.
Do you want me to answer that?
No, I'm asking.
Are you asking that for the other one?
They can comment too.
Okay.
I know what you do. You know what I'm saying? My baby showed me the real her.
Yeah, I wouldn't ever get ready if I didn't film and stuff.
On a regular day.
Yeah.
Regular day. So it's different for us, and we got a comment from somebody. Hold on one second. Javon chimed in. Let's see what he had to say. I guess he's speaking for the ladies.
Oh, don't do them like that.
No, but let's get into the topic.
All right. So first and foremost, I would like to just start this off by saying that I just so happened to be on TV last night around like this morning. Okay, I'm gonna lie, my sleep schedule is so off. It was like 6 a.m, and I stumbled upon Trevor Noah. He is a comedian, for all of you who don't know. Netflix special, hilarious. But he just so happened to say a quote. I don't know if he's doing a special, but it said that COVID-19 has been the worst thing that happened with relationships since the milkman.
and we can discuss that. First, let me give you a definition of the milkman back in the day.
Yeah.
The milkman actually carried milk. He carried milk to your house, dropped it off on your doorstep, and was supposed to peace out. He might have knocked on the door, handed it to you, whatever. This is way back in the day, even before my time. I ain't never seen a milkman. We actually had a milk crate, a milk box on our first house. So that's the only reason I used to ask all the time, like, what is this box for? And I used to think it was a mailbox, but it had like a door on both sides. So the guy would stick the milk in there, and we would come get the milk as if it was mail.
Wow. Yeah, I missed that one. Okay, I was born in '86. I ain't had no milkman.
So I guess the women out here, I guess one of the sexual fantasies back then was boning the milkman.
They must look good. What?
I mean, I don't know what it was. Porn wasn't around back then. But I guess doing the milkman was like a huge thing. I actually seen this article where this guy who used to be a milkman had like 85 kids around the country. Don't know how it happened, but I guess with all the genealogy and stuff that came out, he ended up having a ton of kids around the country from being a milkman.
Say you swear. Is he actually supporting them all? Did you get that part?
I think once you get past 7, you're good on the support part. And it was all pretty much grown because by the time he was older, he was getting up into his 80s actually. So, when they started finding him, he was already older.
Mm-hmm.
So, and they all came out of nowhere. So I guess, social distancing is having that much of an effect on relationships. Can you imagine coming home and your significant other has a baby by the milkman?
No, but you want to know something though? It leads into what we were about to talk about perfectly. I know you didn't even do this on purpose, but our first topic actually is, all right, ruining relationships with the side chicks and side dudes.
Oh man, listen, go first because I got a lot to say about this part.
So for those of you who don't know what a side chick, and I'm gonna throw in side dude is because like I feel like ladies have a backup more than men do these days, right? Like reverses are changed. So pretty much just if you are in an actual serious relationship, but you've got someone on the side. So if you didn't know what that meant, that means you're innocent. Congratulations. Continue not to know what that means. But if you do know what it means, and you actually have one, which, let's be real, I can't see right now, but I'm pretty sure out of all the people who are watching right now, there's at least 10 people on here right now that has a side chick or a side dude. Like, let's just be honest. I'm not trying to call anyone out, but someone right now is emphasizing what I'm talking about.
Listen, and I'm gonna keep it real for my fellas. And as a former member of the National Player Union, I feel like since I get a pension from them, I need to stand up and say this is really a test to see how strong your pimp hand really is.
It is. It is.
Because if you can pimp from afar, you the man.
Especially locked up with the serious one, right?
Oh, definitely.
But like, yeah.
Where are you going? Where are you going? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you going in the bathroom shooting a couple text off? Where are you going? What are you doing? You know what I'm saying? You might as well just delete the contact and block and start all over again if you ain't got a strong pimp game. You know, my single guys out there probably living though.
Probably not. And you want to know why I'm saying probably not?
Why?
Because like you can get the virus right now. Like, listen, congratulations if you are living right now, but should you be living right now?
Listen, man, I'm gonna keep it real with you, bro. You know, guys is gonna get out here with a mask on and get it in. Point blank, period.
So the Tinder swipes.
I guarantee you Tinder numbers is up right now.
Okay, I was just about to say, so the Tinder swipes are up.
Oh, definitely.
But you want to know something though that I did notice, or that I've thought about, not really noticed, but something that I've thought about is this is also opening people's eyes that didn't realize that they were the side chick or the side dude. They might not have known.
That's a way to put it, because like, can you imagine like getting up one day and realizing like, yo, where is this dude at?
No, that would be so heartbreaking not knowing that you were the one. But you know what? You're figuring it out right now. So I see a Sandy. Hopefully I'm saying your name correctly. That's one of my brats from the YouTube channel. She said, "Oh, I get it now. Having fantasies about the milkman."
Yeah, the milkman was actually the man back in the day. Like, dude, I don't know if females still like have that fantasy about delivery guys, like they have about construction guys and police officers and all of that stuff. I can speak for typically black people. Black people typically don't mess with the police unless it's a girl and a police dude.
Wait, we
then
don't?
They like, oh. You know what I'm saying? They see a vest and a gun and it's on and popping.
Right. No, that's very true.
I tell my wife to close my eyes when we ride through Detroit because she thinks all Detroit police officers are fine. She don't know no better, y'all.
For real, you're just about to call me out like that?
Hey,
so all the Detroit police officers who are watching right now, like, you just open that.
Listen, that and keeping it real, like, let's look at some of the comments real quick.
Okay, we got some more.
He said he's usually the side dude.
Oh, well, you know what? At least you know that, bro. See, I appreciate that. And I have so much respect for the people who actually realize that and accept it, because being in a serious relationship isn't for everybody. You know what I mean? It's not. And if you know you're that side dude, do it correctly. Enjoy it. Enjoy the time. Don't have that connection. We good.
Sean from Facebook said, "I'm dry snitching now." So I guess my pension don't mean nothing. I mean, I used to be an officer in the National Players Union. That should give me some type of immunity at some point. Let's look at Steven. He said it costs too much. Now, this is a good one.
That's a great one. Great one, Steven. It does cost too much.
Oh, definitely. For a cheap dude like me to have a side chick at this point in time, at this point, you got a cash out relationship.
But even speaking from the woman's perspective, I'm cheap as well. So like, I'm not about to be no one's sugar mama right now. You know what I'm saying? I'm not about to buy, what is it, Xbox points? what are the points called? I'm not paying for nothing right now. Like, that's crazy. I'm straight. I work hard for my money. I don't have time for a second.
And I feel like the money should be coming the other way. Anyway, it should be coming the other way.
I feel like though you said earlier that you're getting pension from being a.
Yeah, I mean, when you in a club for so long, you draw a pension down. So
I haven't seen it, but okay.
Here we go. We got another one from Steven. Steven is really clowning right now. He said, "My side chick homeschools my kids." So basically, he doesn't have a side chick.
Love it. Love it. That
Uh,
is
Esther said, "Some of them is Brit," and she's referring to when you said all Detroit police officers are fine.
Oh, yeah, see, we need to clarify because first and foremost, I didn't say that all of them were. That was him that put those words in my mouth. Some of them are. We can't speak for everybody because there's some special looking ones out there. But yeah, I have nothing but respect right now. So
Hold on. We got a real good one before we move on. It's a good
okay,
comment from Esther. She said, "It's great. It was great benefits to being a side chick back in the day." Whoa.
not bad.
Whoa. Whoa. Let's move on to the next topic.
That is so funny. So, all right, distancing apart.
Distancing apart. So explain what distancing apart is to the
Okay,
people.
so for the people, if you guys don't know what that means, it means that you are in a relationship with someone, but you're not necessarily on lockdown with them because you aren't married or you guys are married, but for some reason you don't live together right now, which is a lot of situations that I know. So pretty much doing a long distance thing. It's just a cooler new COVID way to say long distance. So
Yeah,
how is that doing for people?
it's got to be rough for people out there, and I would love to hear from y'all on this thing for people who are in a relationship, who are still in the beginning stages, and you just now getting to know a person, and you look up, and now we got statewide shutdowns, and you can't go nowhere, and you don't know if you're a carrier or not. So if you really care about the person, you're not trying to take them nothing, and then you're looking at them sideways because you don't want them to bring you nothing.
Yeah.
Period. So I know it's got to be rough. It has to be. And like Britt said, like luckily we started with long distance relationships, so we know all the ups and downs of that. But shoot, we was able to see each other whenever we felt like it, or whenever we had time.
Whenever we had time, I couldn't imagine like on top of having to worry about catching something too. I mean, I guess you can catch other things from people as well, so it's not just the COVID, but you still got to be smart, you know. There's
Yeah, and
STDs and stuff out here too, so
let's keep it
just keep
real.
it
Me and my
funky.
wife been married for almost 5 years. Me and Britt been married for almost 5 years.
Crazy.
And I coughed the other day, and she looked like she wanted to put me out.
It was like this.
Like for real. Like I was sitting on the couch, I coughed, she looked at me, and I looked at her, and I was like, I got allergies.
Yeah,
It's
and
got
you
to
got
come
it
out. You know what I'm saying? But
right.
and it's crazy because when you're out in public, how many of y'all have experienced the whole holding in your sneeze and your cough until you get out of the store?
You have to now. Like, there's no option. I looked at someone crazy not the other day, but like it's been so long since we've been out. But we had a business meeting a couple months ago, and someone coughed, and I looked at her like she was absolutely insane. You remember that?
Yeah, I
It
listen.
was so offensive. Like it was.
Listen.
I knew it was bad because I
We
don't know
wasn't
how
even in
to.
lockdown yet, though. Like it had just been said that it was out here, and it was it
Mhm.
was probably around early February ish.
Yeah.
And in the middle of a business meeting, Britt just looked at her, and I was looking at Britt like, we in a business meeting. So it's crazy out here. So let's take a look at some of the comments regarding this because I got to see what people are saying about
Right.
these relationships.
You got to stay alive though to go to business meetings. So.
Yeah, but Courtney said that remember phone sex is now FaceTime sex. It's only so much FaceTime sexing you can do.
Without things freezing and getting awkward and stuff.
I mean, listen, it's only so much FaceTime sexing you can do.
Like, did you see that I stood still for a second? Because you can't do that anymore, though. Because
Here, you can read the next comment.
Alex said, "Shit's trash. Trumpito got my girl locked away in Canada."
Yeah, that sucks.
It
That
does
sucks.
suck, but
That sucks.
that's the perfect example of like what we're talking about right now. You know, because you have to not only well, Alex is married, but you not only have to get used to being a newlywed, but being away, and then on top of that, being apart because you have to be. Not because you choose to, but because you have to be. That's so messed up right now.
Oh, definitely. Haley said Brit run is not allergies. Yeah. Where's she going?
There's nowhere to go.
Right. Tristan said my eyeballs are about to pop out of my head. Uh, Tristan, I would love for you to further explain that. I think you're talking about being in a relationship, but
Please
I don't,
do.
I don't want to put you in a relationship if you ain't in one.
Mm-mm.
So please explain
Don't.
further.
Yeah. So social distancing is really. Oh, we've got Destiny. I haven't been outside. I get sick easily. I feel that.
Man, stay safe.
Please
Don't
stay
let nobody
safe.
pressure you to go outside. If you only if you need food.
That's another member from the Brad family, so please stay safe. My immune system is crap too. It's gotten better since I was a school teacher. I'm not anymore, but that really helped. But my immune system still is like.
Okay, well we got Tristan. He actually told us what he was talking about, and he was talking about holding in sneezes. So he said his eyeballs is about to pop out of his head. Yo, listen, it seems like nowadays, as soon as you go outside, your face start itching. I don't know if it's because of the season. It's like your nose start itching. Maybe it's because we know this is out here, but I swear, I normally don't ever touch my face ever, but I don't even know if it's the mask. But I feel like as soon as I go outside, I get a nose itch.
It's psychological for sure because, like, okay, this right. This is covering me right now. I can't even breathe. I'm like, what's I supposed to do with this? I gotta be out of the store for 40 minutes with this?
Right.
It's ridiculous.
Here you go.
Man.
Asandi said, "Glad I'm single because people be complaining." But on the news, this guy kidnapped his girlfriend and put her in the back of the trunk. I mean, they got caught. I don't know what part of the episode that is, but that's an interesting story.
That's really interesting. I really wish that like we could bring you in here right now to explain more of that because that's
Right.
wild. People are wild out right now.
And Destiny said that the distance will show everyone's true colors and how strong their relationships are to begin with. I actually agree on that. That's the biggest thing. If it's meant to last, you're gonna last through an apocalypse. Point blank, period.
Definitely.
Ain't nothing that can stop you. You're gonna roll on out, and you already know what the other person's gonna do most of the time. So it's no surprises.
Totally agree with that one.
This is a funny comment before we move on. I have to put this on here. Alex said, "My Pornhub 1 month free trial is almost over." Now, for those of you who don't know, Pornhub gave away premium for a month once the stay-at-home order was put in place, and it's about that time. So if you haven't remembered to cancel your membership, you better cancel it.
You have to because these apps are charging right now.
Man, I'm gonna let Britt tell y'all the story while I set up the next subject because it's so embarrassing and it just happened like 2 days ago.
I'm not even going to tell y'all how my husband suddenly wanted to be a DJ the other day and decided to order or download, better yet, an app, a DJ app. I don't even know what it's called. I can't remember, but he told me last week that if he went over the trial days, that it would be $4.99 a month. And I was like, cool, whatever. So the other day we woke up and we got charged $50 for it because instead of $4.99 a month, it actually charges all of that together. So we ended up paying off the whole year instead of just month by month. So yeah,
Now
be
I got a
careful with those
DJ in the
apps,
house
though.
just to get my money's worth. So now when she wake up, I'm straight DJing from the time she wake up to the time we go to bed. I'm mixing everything.
And not only is he, but I'm gonna be the next like Cinderella myself after this is over with. You guys can book me for club appearances because I will be using every $50 worth of that app. So
All right, so run us into the next topic real quick so we can keep it moving. This is
all
real
right.
good right now.
So our next topic is not only being social distance and it messing up your relationship with just you two, but now if you are someone who has kids on top of all the other issues, how is that becoming a teacher with your kids in parenting?
Now, you actually on the hotline right now with two education majors. I was
Mhm.
secondary, she was elementary. Um, and I feel like only people who've been in the classroom truly respects teaching.
Yeah.
I literally did student teaching and was like I just wasted 4 years because I can't do other people's kids. And especially because you can't put hands on them no more. In high school, and I was majoring in secondary, in high school, it's different. It is different. It's not like you're dealing with little kids. It's not like you dealing with borderline adults. So, I personally respect every teacher and what they do. And I'm pretty sure a lot of parents now have that respect.
Oh, they have to. There's no other option but to have that respect. On top of the fact that, like, I always even say, Chris, and back me up, because I say this all the time. I feel like every woman in the world should at least teach for a week. It's life changing, especially if you don't have kids already. Like, it dictates every way that you think after you have had that experience. Like me, for example, I even have names of kids. Like, I wouldn't even personally name my own children anymore because I would associate that name with my badass kids that I had. Being able just to take kids 60 deep by yourself on a field trip. You know what I mean? Now I feel like I can take the world on because I've had that experience of teaching. So now when I have my own kids, like, nothing's going to phase me because I've dealt with that before. My last year teaching, I literally had 60 kids by myself, no teacher assistant.
And that's wild. And and I've seen some parents with one that's about ready to put them out.
Yeah.
With one. And we can go to the comments to some of the parents out there and see what they got to say right now. Paige says, personally, a parent should have already been up working at home with their children. If you want your child to do well in school, it's a must to stay engaged. Ding, ding.
Say it again. Read that one more time for the people in the back.
I need to read it one more time because I stumbled through the sentence. So, Paige said, personally, a parent should have already been up on working at home with their children. If you want your child to do well in school, it's a must to stay engaged.
That's absolutely correct. And so,
put that on a t-shirt, underdog.
You have to. It's a little long, but it would be the bomb because people need to see it. Because all these parents I get it. Like, it's difficult. You don't have degrees in it. So I still have utmost respect for you. But in the same sense, like, this shouldn't be a complete culture shock with how your child's behavior is or like what subject they should be in right now. Because before this happened, like, clearly you should have been helping them with homework anyways. You shouldn't be asking, like, what were you learning in math? You should know that already.
Man, and you should really be teaching your kids more than what they're learning at school. Mm-hmm. That's the part that people don't like to talk about. Your kids should be learning more once they get home. So the schoolwork should be easy.
Absolutely.
I think by the time I reached elementary, I just breezed through elementary. And my mom used to just make me read books when I got home. That was too easy.
Yeah.
I'll let you read James's comment.
James, coronavirus is revealing the U.S. has some dumb kids that need customized instruction.
And some dumb parents. The parents need more customized instructions than the kids.
Yeah, well, see, it starts at home, like we were just talking about. Like, I used to even have kids that misbehave so bad that I would be like, yo, I can't wait to talk to your parents after school. And then their parents would come pick them up and I'd be like, never mind. Because you figure out that they got it from them and they're just as fucking dumb as the kids. And you're like, dog, never mind. I see where you got it from now. So we'll just continue doing what we're doing.
Sean said, I have never wanted to body slam my child more than this period of time. I already had respect for teachers, but now it's through the roof. Man, look, I'm not going to condone you body slamming your kids. But look, every now and then, my grandma used to have a heat for your seat. And I know Sean because Sean knows my grandma. So my grandma used to have the heat for your seat, and she had a school desk. And if you did something wrong, you got the heat for your seat. And for y'all who don't know, the heat for your seat was a paddle with heat for your seat.
Let me see if I can find the picture
on the paddle.
I'll try to find the picture for the people.
I'll keep reading comments. Sharon said, I worked as an office manager, so I thought I had a good handle on working with my children, but my grandson is driving me to drink every night. Listen, whatever you got to do to get through it. It's rough out here. And I know kids act different with their parents than they normally would act. Because kids know what they can get away with.
Sometimes.
Kids know what they can get away with. And they know which parent they can get away with it. So a grandma, I know you having a rough time. There's no, and there's nothing else I can say. Like, A grandma is supposed to be the fun one.
Yeah,
Even though I just told
absolutely.
y'all the story about heat for my seat, my grandma wasn't too fun when it came to schooling, but my grandma was fun. You know what I'm saying? Both of my grandmas were fun. So like they were grandparents. So I already know that, kids gonna try their grandparents to the end.
Because they're
And
supposed to. That's what their job really is supposed to
right,
be. Yeah,
right.
and there's nothing wrong with that. That's no shame. He for your seat.
See, there it is, y'all. It's a paddle with heat for your seat put on there with smoke coming off the words.
I didn't think it was real until he showed it to me myself the other day, y'all, because I didn't have to get no heat for my seat.
Told y'all I
I
breezed through elementary. Y'all better believe it.
My dad was a principal, and I was just watching Lean on Me yesterday. That reminded me of Joe Clark. Like every time I watch that movie, I feel like I'm watching my dad. So I had my mom as an educator. I didn't play no games. I didn't have
And
time.
that's perfect because Alex just said I'm about to start carrying a bat.
It's so funny. I didn't even think though about the people who are actually becoming alcoholics right now because of this.
Right. Melissa says, thank God we only have one. Woo, I don't know. Is one harder than two? Don't the first one help train the second one?
I wouldn't
I don't know.
know. I would know because even though I have two older brothers, like I was the youngest, I'm 15 years apart from mine, so I still felt like I was an only child. So
It might not be right because the people who came up after me was bad. But we was bad together though, so I might have trained them.
yeah, it's hilarious. I was probably bad too, but just in my own personal way. Haley said, now parents can't blame teachers for how their kids are behaving or work not getting done because they are seeing it.
Right.
It's very true. You know what though? I feel like is it that they didn't see it beforehand or is it that they just wanted to ignore it? That's a
I
great
don't.
question. You know
I
what I
have no
mean?
clue. Javon said that you just got to walk around like Joe Clark till they get it together. Everybody got the Joe Clark references, and we just watched Lean on Me like yesterday. Every time it's on TV, my wife, you can't turn Lean on Me off. That's like a cardinal sin in our house.
Oh, I just realized how much I love. I think that might be one of my favorite movies, and I
And
just realized it.
I'm gonna keep it real with y'all. There's one scene that I learned that was kind of wild, and the conversation kind of didn't match up. When he took dude to the roof and he asked him, he said, "Did you tell your dad you've been acting up?" And he said, "No, sir." He said, I didn't tell my dad I've been acting up." He said, "Why you didn't tell him? Because you were embarrassed." He said, "No, sir. My dad left my family." And then he said he had the nerve to say, "So you just gonna act up because you sad about your daddy leaving?" Excuse me? He didn't say none of that. So we got Erica on here. Erica said, "I don't have a problem pretending to be the teacher, but do I have to be the lunch lady too? They don't stop eating." Bingo.
Now,
Bingo.
one thing I will say is that kids do get a great portion of meals throughout the day at school. Like that was, especially in my area where it is, like the kids had to eat breakfast, they had to eat lunch, they had to have snack, and I think at times we even had dinner. So like they're used to it, you know what I mean? And it's on time. So now at home at 10 o'clock, if their lunch was at 10, like you gotta have it ready.
And my aunt just chimed in. I gotta put this up before we move on. My aunt just chimed in and say, "Don't forget she had you bend over and touch your toes when she paddled y'all." Yeah, that was part of the thing. That was real whooping days. So it wasn't no blocking, it wasn't no none of that. But let's get on to the next topic. And I know this is a good episode, and I want to keep going, but we have to move on so we can keep it
I
moving because this
know.
is streamed on all streaming networks. So we got to keep it under an hour in our normal formula, and we'll be on every Wednesday. So if you guys are having fun, make sure you following us on all the social medias and everything like that. So
Yeah, we're on everything, guys. So it's very, very enjoyable. I'm enjoying everybody's comments. This is great.
I
So
think
we've got
Siri thinks I'm talking to her.
Siri always, if it's not her, it's Alexa. Someone always is just acting like they need some attention. That's the
Right.
worst. I already have to give my relationship attention. Now we got everybody else technologically. So
Right.
divorce versus baby boom.
What do you guys think it's going to be? And I listen to Bomani podcast all the time. Bomani Jones, he's an ESPN host. Hilarious. He went to Clark, Atlanta back in the day. All the stories in the world. Plus, he brings on famous people. Hilarious. So him and his guy on the show had an argument whether or not they thought it was going to be a divorce or baby boom. So I thought this fit right into our topic. I do think there are going to be more divorces in this day and age than a baby boom per se.
Yeah.
Well, the divorce rate's already high when you can leave. So that's the kicker to me. Like, if you can't be with a person for a year when you can leave the house and go places, most people ain't making it in the house with somebody stuck in the house. Just period. That's just getting ugly. I don't know. So what you think?
See, okay. I am a little bit about the divorce thing because I feel like divorce costs money, number one. And then number two, where are you going? You can't even go anywhere right now. Like, are lawyers coming to the house right now?
They zooming their lawyers, dog. They zooming their lawyers like, yo, you got to get me out of here, bro.
Like, I understand. I've heard like abuse has gone up, like everything has gone up with that. But like, how are you? This is so awkward right now. I feel, you know what I mean? Like, how are you calling your lawyer? Are you going to another room with them looking right at you and be like, hey, dude, I'm trying to get that divorce. I gotta keep it on the low because she's right here. You know what I mean? Like, how is it happening right now?
And listen, it could go either way. It might be both. I don't know, but I'm just going to err on the side of numbers. And I think there's going to be a lot of divorce going on, not just because, people don't have patience these days. The trust ain't there. The patience ain't there. It's a lot of side chicks out there waiting. They waiting in the wings. They licking their chops. They taking all they filtered pictures right now and posting them on Facebook. The grass look greener right now for a lot of people.
Oh, speaking of Facebook and taking all the pictures and whatnot, what is that? OnlyFans?
OnlyFans, yo! How do we not put that in the topic? OnlyFans, yo, okay. I got about close to 4,000 Facebook friends. Okay, not a lot to normal standards. Got about 4,000 Facebook friends, know most of them. I've seen at least 6 or 7 chicks on my timeline that has moved to OnlyFans, and we've only been locked down for like a month.
Yeah.
It's hard out here.
But it's to the point where, like, let me get these glasses off because the ring light is showing. But it's to the point now even that, like, Chris and I play a game every day. When we see someone who, like, suddenly has a little bit more, showing than usual, we'll be like, oh, she's on the move. We give her like another week before she starts an OnlyFans page. Like, it has been fun. Like, we've been really enjoying.
We take bets. We like, yo, we gonna watch her, and then in a week, I guarantee you she have an OnlyFans page. Yeah. And sometimes they surprise us, and it'll be like the next day. Like, I guess they got a lot of likes on the picture that they posted. Then the next day they'll be live, buck naked. You be like, yo.
Yeah, but the crazy thing is that like their names will be like satisfying God on Facebook, or like I'm so patient with my faith. Those will be their names, and all of a sudden, like, their butt booty naked.
Listen,
talking about my OnlyFans is $20. First off, I'm sorry, I know I'm going off on a tangent, but like Netflix is only how much a month? Netflix
is only $10 a month, maybe $15 if you got a lot of people on your thing.
Okay, Hulu,
that's about the same. Hulu kind of expensive. It's like $15.
All right, and we got Amazon Prime, and we also have Disney Plus, right? Mm-hmm. None of those are really $20.
No, and I'm pretty sure Disney got more to watch than your OnlyFans page.
So I'm just trying to figure out, ladies, why you think that you should be charging $20 a month for your OnlyFans page? Because
I think listen, I think they did math like this. Before the lockdown, the 40 ball was getting it done. You know what I'm saying?
I'm just learning what that is.
Listen, before the lockdown, the 40 ball was getting it done. So I guess they like, yo, half off for videos. It's like, but Pornhub has them for free, and they're giving away free months trial. So I don't think they understand the market, but they trying. You know what I'm saying?
I'm mad that before this happened, that it was just a 40 ball. What are you doing for $40? You guys need to get some self-respect because this makes no sense.
Listen,
you can't get your nails done with $40. So what are you doing? Like,
well, gas is only $1 now. So I guess you can get somewhere
Now,
with
because you can't
$40
go.
now, because ain't nothing open. But I don't think. Listen, I'm not even gonna get into the prices because you know what? I'm not gonna hate on nobody's hustle. Get it
Oh,
how you
definitely not.
live. You know,
I'm not hating on it, but
take
I'm
it
trying to
before
help
you
them
stick
out.
it and all that good stuff.
Exactly. But listen, it's no hate, but I'm trying to help you ladies out. If you want to make your money, instead of charging 20, charge maybe 5, and then you'll get more people. Because no one's gonna pay $20 for your OnlyFans page when you can get Netflix for like $9.99 a month and be completely entertained. Like Carol Baskin would even say that. You know what I mean? Like, let's just
Man,
be
don't you say Carol Baskins on our show?
I have to.
Don't you say Carol Baskins on our show?
She
Free
wouldn't
Joe.
have this with her tigers and her cats. Like, it's not happening.
Let's go through and see what people saying about the baby boom.
Okay.
All right. So the first one is Alex. Alex says definitely baby boom. We're about to have a shortage of hospital beds in January/February 2021. Better hope another virus doesn't come. Listen,
I agree.
that's one for baby boom. Um,
I agree with that one for sure.
I guess James is going with divorce because he said folks out here breaking up by airdrop from room to room.
See, listen. My
Haley
God.
says my boss can't finalize her divorce right now because of all of this. Wow. So is she stuck in the same house?
That's what I was saying.
Yeah. What if you filed right before?
It's over.
So you just
Listen,
in the same house knowing y'all about to get a divorce?
it's called you work it out because when you get married, for better or for worse, unless someone is whooping your ass, you need to figure out how to stay together, okay? We don't have time for you catching COVID because you're trying to be cute right now. We don't have
Listen,
time or money. Come on.
listen, listen. Do you know how embarrassed it is for you to file? Out of all the time you could have filed, for you to file right before the lockdown?
Yeah,
Wow.
I do. I really, really do. Ricardo. For decades, the divorce rate in America has hovered around 50%. Some studies suggest marriage are the number one cause of divorce. The financial and emotional toll of a divorce.
I think that a divorce is more stressful than marriage.
I
Um,
would
a
have
great
to agree.
a great songwriter said it's cheaper to keep her.
I would have to agree with that. But like I was saying yesterday or whatever day it was, like no one gets married thinking that they're going to get a divorce. So it's not that I'm messing with anyone when it comes to that. It's just that I just think life is too easy these days. No one is willing to fight for anything anymore. Everybody's just like, she got my nerves today. I'm done. Like, we got to get over that, y'all, because our generation is making this look terrible right now. Like, our people back in the day were stuck. They weren't divorcing. You know what I mean?
They stuck too far though. Like they would stay together if they had to sleep in separate rooms, but they stayed together.
That's very true. You
And
also don't want your kids to see you unhappy either. But like, there's just a fine line because there's a lot of people that get divorced for no reason. Like, I get other situations and whatnot, but I feel like if you're just because all of a sudden you don't like how her feet look and you're like, yo, I'm ready for this other one, the grass is not always greener. That's all I'm gonna say when it comes to that.
Man, the grass
Simple.
really ain't never greener.
No,
And I'm
at
allergic
all.
to grass anyway. So like it I don't know, man. Look, I just try to look at life through the eyes that I went into something with. Because a lot of people lose sight of where they came into something and they always look at something else like, oh, well, this girl's cooking for me,
Hmm.
but she sleeps on the air mattress.
Hmm.
You don't look at the whole picture most of the time. So, everything looks good through a kaleidoscope.
Everything does, especially like if you've been with someone for a long time, maybe possibly. But like, just keep that in mind, y'all. Just don't be so quick to give up because it's not that deep. It's not worth the money or the time.
Javon said you better learn how to bob and weave.
I know
Listen,
that's right.
I was just thinking that. Like, if you in a house and you just filed divorce papers on somebody and y'all stuck together, y'all gonna run into each other in the kitchen at one point.
See, but it's also called good decision making too, y'all, because like when Chris and I got our house, and I talk about this all the time, we had things that were not an option. So if we went and visited a house that didn't have a basement, we weren't going to get that house because the first thing we said is if we get our house, we have to have a basement because he needs his man
Word.
cave. I have to have a room for me to be able to film in. Like you have to make good decisions before. So when you get to this point where you have to be locked down with someone, it's gravy because you guys have your space. So
Listen, and that's another thing. Like, if you guys know yourselves before you get married and get into a relationship, you know what you need in order for your relationship or marriage to survive. Now, one of our main keys is space. Like,
yep.
dude, we gotta have space. And the crazy part is, it don't even have to be space as literal as space is. It literally might just have to be, I'm working, she's on her Switch. She's working, I'm on my Xbox. It just has to be somewhere else for us to go, even in the house.
Yeah, you got to learn how to personally entertain yourself because there are times that we will be in the same exact room and it feels like we haven't seen each other in hours because we're in completely different like elements and mindsets. And I'll be like, oh, hey, I forgot you were even sitting right here.
Right. Last night, like, I took the best nap ever. Woke up and my wife was playing Nintendo Switch in the bed for hours. I went to sleep and she was playing Switch. Woke up, she was playing Switch. What's that game you play?
Animal Crossing, New
Animal
Horizons.
Crossing. I don't know nothing about it. I just know that it entertains her for hours.
He got
And
it for me too, y'all. So I mean,
I
I
can't
don't
say
know.
nothing. I'll go play 2K in 5 hours will disappear with the quickness.
And that's another thing, ladies, let your man play video games. It's good because you rather him be doing that than something else. What
My
is the
man said
problem with
again.
video games?
Listen, that's a whole nother episode. We need to
We
really
got to
have an
make that one.
episode where we talk about ladies and their issues with entertainment systems.
Yeah, we got to make that an episode, a full one, because I just think it's foolish. So we will make that an episode.
Right. James said he disagrees with me. I think that's about the divorce part and people staying too long.
No, he agreed with you on that part.
Oh,
I'm
I
trying
don't
to figure
know.
out. I can't remember what it is. Yeah, I can't remember what that was. But yeah, no, I personally think there's going to be a baby boom because I feel like even if you don't like your significant other, people are still getting it on. You know what I mean? Like people love to put more problems on top of problems. So,
Oh, no doubt. No doubt. And listen,
mhm.
listen, people don't think about normal things. Like, what else could your guy be doing? What else could he be spending money on? Because look, other than video games, you got nothing but gambling habits, drinking habits, clubbing habits. It's not much for people to do out here that don't cost money.
No, but again, like I was just telling you the other day, if you have a gambling habit, that's cool, but don't get in a relationship with your gambling habit. Like I have so much respect for people who stay single bachelors and just do what they enjoy to do. You know what I mean? There's nothing
Definitely,
wrong with that.
definitely. So, get back to these comments. Let's see what we got on here. Haley says we play video games as a family.
That's fine.
That's fun. And speaking of that, Haley, you not only have to have entertainment for yourself, but you have to have entertainment together. I would say on average, me and Britt probably finish a series once a week together.
Yeah. We just finished The Pharmacist on Netflix. Y'all, you gotta check that out. It was
The
good.
Pharmacist. I made her watch Molly's Game the other day for the first time. Um,
That made me want to be a bad bitch. I literally want to throw my own poker ring now. Like
uh, Black AF. That's what we're watching now on Netflix. Um, that's by the guy who created Blackish, Kenya Barris. It's pretty hilarious. Quincy Jones's daughter's in it. Funny family. So we really have stuff that entertain us, not just TV, but board games, uh, phone games. I think the other night we probably played Pong Cups on Apple Messages. We were
yeah.
sitting right across from each other playing Pong Cups as if we were playing beer pong.
Yeah.
It gets competitive in our house.
We just can't play Monopoly because the last time we played Monopoly, I flipped it.
Definitely flip the
I
board
flipped the
over.
board over. So some you gotta still figure out what games work for you.
Right, right. So
That could have caused a divorce.
let's get your final thoughts on the whole shebang, the whole distancing right now in relationships. Tell these people what they need to hear.
So I like to keep my final thoughts pretty much short and sweet. All right. Everything that I feel like everybody is going through right now is legit something that is being affected because of what you chose to do in your past time. So your past decisions is what's making you miserable right now. Don't continue making bad decisions just because you're already in a bad one. So, for instance, if you are someone who is miserable in your relationship right now and you're married to that person, you probably should have figured that out before this happened. But just because you're miserable doesn't mean you can't work it out. So, just because you're miserable doesn't mean that you have to continue having babies. Like, just don't keep putting bad decisions on top of bad decisions on top of bad decisions, because it's just going to ruin your life. You can eventually make things work out. So, yeah, if you're married, you guys got to try to figure out how to work it out. And if you are someone who is in a new relationship and you are having issues, then this is the perfect time for you to just let it go. Like, this is great for you because you're finding everything out now, and just be done with it. So, I hope this helps you guys a lot, because honestly, COVID is making a lot of people learn about themselves. And I have honestly figured out that I made the right decisions. And I've been thinking about this for like a month now. Like, I couldn't imagine being locked down with anybody else but my husband. So I already knew I made the right decision, obviously, when I married him, but I feel like this situation has made me just verify that. So yeah, just make good decisions and learn from this. Smarten up. Those are my final thoughts.
Listen, you gonna do all of that. Now I gotta go. Go
Oh,
and move out my way,
goodness.
girl. Let me handle my final thoughts. Now listen here. My final thoughts for the day are simple. Uh it's fun. Life should be fun. You should have a fun bubble surrounding your house and your relationship. So if your relationship is not fun, start making it fun. Find somebody to make fun if you have to. Find somebody new. Like Bruce said, don't stay with the same old if it's not working. It has to be fun. Every day have fun. And I make sure that in my household, Britt makes sure that we both police it. Another thing is you cannot quit. The moment you give up is wraps. Like, one thing that we made a pat on before we got married, even before we really got into a relationship, was look, we're gonna do this, we're gonna do this. Period. Point blank. We had no ifs, ands, or buts. Even if something does go down, which rarely happens, we still both make sure that we handle the problem right then and there. We don't skip over it, let it build up, none of that. And we know each other's crazy. It's a Gemini and a Sagittarius locked in the same house together. If you don't know what that is, look it up. It could get ugly, but because we actually know each other and we actually care for each other, it's gonna be great. So my final thoughts are to keep it fun, stay safe, and love your significant other.
Definitely.
You look
Look
like you
at
was
you,
falling asleep during
preaching.
mine.
No, I was so into it. I was holding my earpiece like this because I was that into it. I wanted to make sure I didn't miss a lick. So that was beautiful, baby.
Yes,
Good
yes.
job.
Make sure you tell the people where they can find some of those good old help topics.
All right, guys. So we definitely looked up some support links for you all after the episode is over. If you guys want to just keep it spicy with your relationship, or if you guys have been having some issues, we found some fun games. So you guys can definitely go check those out on our Facebook page and join the conversation as well. We love to hear from you guys, especially if you have any topic requests. We would love that, because we're going to be on here, like we said, every Wednesday. So we got to keep it funky. We got to keep it fresh for you all so we can have a good time. So definitely check us out on Facebook at Love Lockdown Podcast.
Definitely. I have fun today, y'all. Every Wednesday at 7, we in here. Angela just said, my Lord, anyone dealing with a Gemini, I pray for them. Me too.
Thank you.
Listen,
No,
but
honestly,
listen,
I think I'm worse though.
and I was just about to say that.
I
Like,
do.
people think Geminis are bad, but Sagittarius is get it in.
Yeah.
We transform to a different person, but they can't hold their tongues to for nothing.
No.
It'll just get popping.
Yeah. It is so funny because everybody thinks that I'm like the sweet one in the relationship, but
Yeah, so we appreciate y'all. We enjoyed y'all today. Love Lockdown is signing off for our first live broadcast. Thank y'all. See y'all next Wednesday.
Love y'all. Thank you.